Good afternoon, world. We are out for Japanese food here in Siargao on the island in the Philippines. We fancied a change in our menu. We've been eating at home for the last few days. Ever since our family left, we have just been kind of chilling and slowing things down a bit, thinking about what's next. But today was the day we needed to get out and get something different inside us. So we've ordered some ramen.
Yeah, so you just don't feel like we never go out.
Well, we did a lot of going out, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but when we were not like going anywhere, staying at home forever.
Nice and relaxing though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still nice and relaxing, like you can put all the incense on. And when we first came in here, there was a really strong smell of incense. You know, I thought it was somebody smoking.
Yeah, I smelled that too. It was nice walking in here. One of the first things I said was it reminded me of our travels.
Yeah.
Because that smell is not something you normally smell in the Philippines, like incense smell. It's very rare.
More India, Thailand.
Yeah.
It does actually smell like smoking, doesn't it?
Nice kind of smoke though, that one.
Fragrant smoke.
If this is the first video of ours you've ever seen, welcome. We're a British family that moved here 3 years ago and we stayed. Our family just came to visit and we had an amazing time together and they have just left. So now we are alone again, the three of us, enjoying the Philippines. Well, yeah, we're alone together, you know, our family's gone back to the UK and we have just kind of like completed a pinnacle event here. So you can probably see from the title of this video, we want to talk about what's happening next, leaving the country and going abroad for the first time in a long time.
It will be almost a whole year that we've not left the Philippines since our trip. Our last international trip was almost a year ago by the time we go, when we went to Seoul last December.
Walking along in the nighttime streets now, full of ramen, very filling food, Japanese food, and good for us to get used to it because we are going to be heading to Japan very soon. The tickets have been booked. We've got our pet sitter ready to come to our house and we're very excited because we're going to be doing this trip for Story's birthday.
Actual adventure, that's what I want. Actual adventure.
And the reason why we decided to go to Japan and leave the Philippines for this time, and we're going to be going for quite a while, is because we are trying to work out what is going to come next. When we had the family come, there was this big lead up to it and we'd been thinking about it for such a long time because of the pandemic. We had nobody here, then we went back to England, then we came back and decided to buy land, and then we were like, build, let's make that the focus. What is the next big move? What do we want to do? And Story was telling us that she really wants to travel. She really wants to go to Japan. She's got a big interest in anime at the moment and manga drawings and tutorials. For some reason, flights from Manila and flights from Cebu are super affordable right now. And a lot of our friends from the island have been heading over there and enjoying trips more than once. And we've just been watching this from our house going, okay, maybe we should be doing this while Story's young. Some of you probably are thinking, what happened to our land? What happened to our house build? And all of that is still happening. We have actually got some responsibilities and repayments that come monthly so that we can get the land paid off. Even though we can start building on it right now, we don't have the budget to do both effectively. So it made sense to, instead of focus all of our everything on just the land project, that we focus on doing some stuff with Story while she's still young enough to be by our side in this way and travel the world in places that seem pretty unusual. Most people that we know from our life don't have the opportunity to go off to Japan or South Korea or Beijing, all of these cool countries, and we're going to think back on these memories in the future. We're going to look at the pictures and the videos and we're going to say, I don't regret that. I don't regret doing those things. Story has actually started learning Japanese, and so have we, just for this trip, to make some of the travels easier, because we know that the English language isn't quite as well grasped there as it is in the Philippines, and that's going to be part of the adventure. We are really looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting, and we feel like we won't regret making these decisions now. Doing a big adventure like this, something of this complexity, I forgot how much effort it is to plan a big trip, make sure all of the flights line up, make sure that you've got everything in the right order. And it's challenging, but we did come across some cool tools. Technology is changing everything, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. Right now, I'm starting to lose my eyesight because it's getting super dark. So we'll see you back at home so we can explain a bit more about how this is going to happen. So, as we mentioned earlier in the video, planning a trip of this size is daunting these days.
We haven't planned a trip of this kind of scale for a long time. Maybe not since we made our first move abroad.
So take a quick look at what our initial planning for Japan was. Look how many tabs we've got open here. We've been watching YouTube videos, we've been going on Google Flights. It took like 4 hours and we didn't even finish the booking process.
No, we didn't. And this has been cleaned up a little bit. So there were actually more tabs open. Like Jay said, writing down the prices and trying to work out a route. And it has been a bit daunting.
So since the last time we planned a big trip like this, the game has changed. They've got this new AI-powered travel planning assistant called MagicTravel.AI. It took minutes to do what we did in hours. Let me show you an example. So here we have one window, the Magic Travel website. I should note it's completely free. You don't need an account. You don't need anything to get started. You can literally type in what you want and it will start planning your trip for you.
It creates itineraries for you by you just giving it a few hints as to what you want. So for us, we said we want to go to Japan in a camper van and we are vegan, and to focus more on the nature side of the country.
So we literally just type that into the prompt bar here. You can type as if you were typing to a human. It's almost exactly the same like dealing with a travel agent from the past. Hit return from the past, they say. It's been a long time since we've used a travel agent.
They still exist though.
Yeah, I know they do, but maybe not for long after this. So basically, Magic Travel takes what you want and it creates an amazing itinerary for you. And the way that it's laid out just blew my mind. I couldn't believe how quick it was. I mean, I'm showing you here live now. It's figuring it out bit by bit.
And it even tells you where to go for food. Like, it's picked restaurants for you.
Okay, it's making the magic right now. I timed that. That took about 40 seconds. And look at how your itinerary is displayed. This is the thing that really took me by surprise. I love the way it zooms into the map so you can see exactly where you're going to start. And here we go, our itinerary begins. Day 1, breakfast at tea restaurants. It tells you what kind of foods are there, the time that you should go, how long it takes to drive from one place to the next, kind of things that you might want to go and do, and how long that takes, your lunch, your scenic activities. And I love the way like it actually jumps from place to place on the map as you scroll down with pictures. So you get a real visual idea of what you might be interested in on your trip. This would have taken me hours. This is points of interest as well, and even reviews. So one thing that's really fantastic is it basically scrapes the reviews from the good to the bad as well. It tells you what people said about the place that is positive and negative. So you don't even have to go into the reviews of the hotels to figure out whether or not it's actually lies or not.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, look at this.
It really has taken everything that we requested. Nature, food, vegan restaurants.
And it even tells you between each point whether it's going to be a drive or walking distance, whether or not you're going to be having lunch or dinner in a restaurant or in your camper van, because I specified that. Homemade dinner in the camper van.
Yeah, exactly. This is incredible. And up here you can see day 1, day 2, day 3. You just click on it as you go along. Vegan breakfast in our camper van.
Yeah. And obviously you don't have to follow this, but what I find incredible is that it's taken all of these things that we had no idea about and given us a framework which we can then adapt. And what is really clever is you can talk to this like a human. So if I say something like, I don't like coffee, which is a lie, it responds to you based on what you've been saying before, like you've been having a conversation. That's perfectly fine. I can help you find alternative options for beverages and cafes.
It's amazing. This is incredible. And like you just said, you don't obviously have to follow this to the T, but it's a great jumping off point because also it gives you a lot of areas that you might not have even thought about. I mean, this forest here that it's now showing us, never heard of it. We probably never would have had we not got this. So now I'm looking at it going, that looks like a pretty epic forest. I think we should go there. It might be taking you to places off the beaten path or off the tourist trail, so it's more quiet and things like that. And
if it didn't, you can specify that as well.
Yes. Although I think you should amend your chat here to say, tell us where the best coffee is.
So diving in a bit deeper, the website is completely free, as I mentioned before. But if you share this website with other people, or if you book your hotel using the site, which they don't take any commission for, you earn reward elixir it's called, and when you get this elixir you can use it to get discount codes and helping you to reduce the price of your trip. So I can't see a downside to it. The only thing is we've only planned a trip with this so far. We haven't actually gone to these places. So I'm going to be really excited to take this framework, apply it to our trip, and then when we get there, we can actually show you if these places exist or not.
Actually live a day in the AI app.
So we just want to say a huge thank you to Magic Travel for sponsoring this video. We are very impressed with this technology, and it is going to change the way that we travel from now on, and we'll be giving you more reviews on this as we use it.
This, and then sa was this. Sa.
Well done.
Can't believe I'm on the writing.
Hiragana practice.
I thought it was meant to be Japanese.
It is Japanese.
Hiragana is Japanese.
Japanese syllables.
Japanese is Japanese.
Japanese syllables.
Today's shout out is going to Mr. Buckrat. Hello, Mr. Buckrat. Make sure you press the join button if you want to become a member. Thank you for becoming a member for our videos. Bye.
Excited about the trip to Japan?
Woo-hoo, especially because it's for my birthday.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my hiccups are getting in the way. I don't like it.
It's cute. It is cute. I like it. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.